late night studying, man, taking notes, coming to the conclusion that life is very unique on so many different levels once you understand and you start to communicate better and have a strong communication. You know what I'm saying, with others as well, with your inner self as well, with the universe, with the Most High, uh, strengthening that connection along within and with others. You'll strengthen your connection with God. You know, that's why it's important for us to connect with others while we're here, because that is also us connecting with God. If we're all made in His image, and if we're all one, and if we all come from that God, then we should be moving like that. We should be thinking like that. We should be doing everything that we need to be doing so that we can be a reflection of God. Um, it's not going to be like that all the time. The poles are going to shift. We're going to have our disagreements. We're going to have our own perceptions, and we're all going to be trying to negotiate to come to a mutual gain. To get a mutual gain, to get a mutual understanding, because we all want to be heard and we all want to be respected. So, with that being said, man, we just gotta continue to pray. If you pray, calculate, whatever you do, we just gotta continue to be mindful and continue to stand in now as we go through these transitions as humanity, as we go through these transitions, man, in these transformations to become our higher selves, a version of our higher selves. So it's always much to be thankful for, because although things may not be as desired at this current moment for us as humanity, where we're headed and what direction we're going in and what's promised to us after the chaos is worth living for and worth being, grateful and practice gratitude to even experience these times. These are the times that your ancestors wish that they could have lived to see. Right now, what we're experiencing is different compared to the first depression, compared to the beginning, the start of the rough patches, man, the whole lot. So we've came a long way. May not feel like it, but I think we should all grow up. We spend a lot of times always reflecting back on the past, on what we assume our ancestors went through, just trying to fathom that idea and just trying to listen to the emotion that's being put into these stories so that we can try to create the content in our mind so that we can try to feel something. And we can only feel what we feel because it's unpleasant to us to even be in them times, not knowing that they were just praying for what we have right now. So we're all living out our ancestors' dreams when you think about it, so it's kind of be more mindful so that we can practice more gratitude, so that we can understand what we have the ability to do, starting with our minds, what we can create, what we can overcome, what we can, reverse, and what we can move forward towards, you know what I'm saying? So it's always a lot that we don't see. But, some of us see, some of us don't. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But I think now is the time as we get closer and closer that we shall see, so we can all change the narrative. It only sucks because it sucks on social media. If you spend more time outside of social media, outside of the virtual world, outside of these apps, if you spend more time outside of these apps and you balance out your time, then you'll see exactly what I'm saying. You know, we think that that reality that's being shown on those sites, that's the actual reality. You know, we listen to these perceptions that's being pushed into these algorithms. That's pretty much the popular algorithms that draw the money, and we begin to assume that this is the way that life is. Only a certain part of it, and a lot of that we are consuming isn't even real. It's somebody else's perception, it's somebody else's illusion, it's somebody else's irrational thought. So that doesn't make it the reality. Now, what's happening is we are manifesting these things and bringing it into reality because we think that this is the world, because we have made that world our world, and we have made that reality this reality. The thing we need to do is go back to the original way and separate the worlds and use the other world for what it was used for. You know what I'm saying? Being social and sharing our experiences, um, you know, and not being viewed as the real world. You know, at one point we used to come to social media and be like, nigga, in the real world, this ain't the real world. We had a different mindset when we first came in touch with the social part of the internet, of us actually having or being able to socially interact with each other, you know, through, you know what I'm saying, the virtual world. At one point, man, you know, this goes back to like Bebo and MySpace and My Yearbook and all other type of Bear Shares, all type of other little sites where they was testing it out on us. Reddit, so many different places, man, where they was testing these things out. Twitter, um, in the early development stages, even Facebook in the early development stages, man, it was used as a place where people just came literally to be social, to, you know what I'm saying, talk to people that they didn't know from the other side of the world, you know, actually, you know what I'm saying, making connections and just sharing our experiences. We were able to be more vulnerable with strangers that we didn't know. Um, we were able to be more down to earth. You know what I'm saying? We were able to be a little bit more just like we would meet our distant relatives, or we were just, you know, meeting the alter ego of each other. And somehow, man, over time, it changed. It became our life because we no longer had a life outside of here. We grew up to become adults, so we got jobs and we started taking on other different roles, and we started bringing the reality out here into that reality. You know, we started bringing work to, I guess you could say, our place of joy, our place of escape. We started making that work and bringing work to it, bringing all of our other problems to it, to the point to where we don't even talk to people outside in this reality anymore about what we're dealing with. We feel so comfortable about going and venting publicly on these social media sites, and you know, I'm guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I've definitely you know, contributed to my part of doing so, but as I sit back and reflect now, I realize that that's why we did it. That's why I did it. We have to start to balance out these worlds and understand that we do have family. We do have some people that care in our communities. If we don't have friends, we do have all type of people that will listen. You know, they have therapists, licensed therapists. They have life coaches. They have so many people on this side of the reality that you can talk to where we can go back to cleaning up that world, because we can't destroy it and move on with it, because now it's a part of our DNA. It's a part of who we are. You know, it's our world. So the only thing we can do is just change the vibration on it, and change the frequency, and change how we view it. You know, we can just change the narrative in our minds, so we can change the perception of it, so that we can know how to use it and not abuse it. So, yeah, man, that's all I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm saying, man. We gotta be more mindful, man, that we blowing it, but we ain't blew it yet. You know. But hey, man, say, man, it's your boy Mr. Ricky with the sticky, man. You know what I'm talking about? Come fuck with me, church.